Hey guys, welcome back to Haunted Holidays. Oh, let me do that again. Hey guys, welcome back to Haunted Holidays. I'm Nick Noir. Today, first week of November, as I promised, we're going to be doing a fall scape, I guess. I'll run the colors on the bottom of the screen that you can either read along or paint along, whichever. It's just a customary thing. This is my 16 by 20. It's on its side, as it usually is for these things. Most of the naturescapes, especially that I do, are like this. I just don't like horizontal ones. I like vertical ones. So there is liquid white on here, and I'll get to that. The Bob Ross episode that I'm painting is the old weathered barn, and as much I painted this before. But it was when I started getting into fallscapes because I wasn't too confident with the branches and shrubs. I was just getting into that. And my first attempt was pretty admirable. But it's one of the few, I'd say, paintings of his that I really love that just it embodies fall completely. So I thought it'd be great to start with November. But this is a few things in one, and one of the things that this is going to be pain in the butt, because this is black gesso, no, not black gesso, it is white gesso with brown acrylic, and the thing that Bob didn't say is which brown, because he's got Van Dyke brown, dark sienna, that's really the only two, but those are very different colors, and I mixed both because in his painting they're kind of reddish orange. No idea how the hell he got that color, so I just went ahead and mixed dark sienna and Van Dyke brown with white gesso. And normally, well, the white gesso and everything dry, which is what I thought this would do, is completely dry, but some parts of it are still, you just touch it and it's nasty. So this is where it turns into a pain in the butt, because I've already put on the base coat. I've drawn some branches and tree stuffies. But the white gesso that I have on here, when I started putting it on, it started catching all the brown and turning my sky into a nasty looking display of certain human matter. Anyway, so I'm going to just paint along. I do have the Bob on TV so I can follow through. I painted enough of his stuff to just do my own thing, but I love to follow him just in case I get a little too carried away and have to revert back to what he's doing. I can watch it. So yeah, let's watch. Well, I'm going to watch him. You can watch me. And I have no idea how this is going to turn out because, I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to try and zoom in and post. But, you can see where all my streaks are with where I tried to kind of blend out the brown streaks from what should be dry and is not. So here we go. Yeah, see, it's doing it already. I knew I was going to catch it. Oh, well. God almighty. All right. So from time to time, I'm going to pause it Just because Bob likes to go with the speed of sound, and I kind of have to dance around my frickin' trees. I have no idea. That's why I hate using acrylic and gesso, because one or the... Well, gesso's going to dry regardless. I mean, I can just splat gesso on here, and in an hour it'll be dry, no matter how thick it is. But acrylic is a frickin' pain, nightmare. I don't like it. Because if you're needing it to dry for a painting like this, it may be the last thing to dry. I'm trying to kind of blend into my tree just a little bit. The first time I painted this was actually painting the butt too, because I was learning shrubs and stuff, but this is a totally different game. This is me trying to not smear brown everywhere, because the frickin' brown didn't dry. And it's acrylic, so I'm not surprised it didn't. I'm just wondering how the heck he got it to dry. I didn't put too much on either, so I don't know. Yeah, because now the sky just looks like total nastiness. Blend that out a bit so it doesn't look gross. Well, that's probably going to be shrubs anyway, so I'm just worried about this right here. Alright. That's good enough for me. Trying to get the remote. Oh, I hate YouTube, I swear to God. Start it where I want you to.
We're not just going very easily. This was a dry canvas. We'd worked ourselves to death trying to get that on there. Something about like just right over the top of this. Now the gesso, of course, was allowed to dry before we covered it with liquid fluid.
You know what, that'll work. Pause it. Watch this be a 2-hour episode. Oh well, if you want to watch, thank you! We're going to figure this out. You understand me? We're going to figure this out. Challenge accepted. Because if anything bores me to death, it's doing paintings that I know I can do. Because what challenge is there? Don't be surprised if the canvas pops out of the easel either. I have had that happen at least once. Because apparently I'm an aggressive painter. There we go. Alright. Ta-da.
Today I'll make a transparent brown
Mix some crimson with sap green towards the red side. Make sure this is on me, or on the canvas. It's basically a dry canvas, but he's making it look like, ooh, just surfing through. I'm about to put liquid clear down, but there's really no point. Also, one of the things that I may change, because I'm just not a barn guy like Bob, I may put a stream, if we ever get there, 6 hours later. I'm gonna use my blender brush. Let me put this one down real quick. He uses a 1 inch. I never do. I mean 2 inch. I use a 1 inch, but my 1 inch is so, the bristles were so firm, it's just scraping. So I'm gonna use the blender to soften all that madness. And of course, no matter how many times I pluck loose bristles out of the damn brush. That's one thing about Bob Ross brushes that drives me nuts. For the most part, they're great quality, but these bristles fall out like nobody's business. Soften this up a bit so you can't tell where one starts and the other ends. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of time I film these and I do these and I'm thinking, man, it's gonna be easy peasy. I've done this before. I don't usually paint the same painting more than once, especially filming it. But considering this is a special holiday thing, I thought, what the hell. But even when I think it's going good, everything goes wrong. And you know what? Even when I'm really good at this, years down the road, it all comes down to the simple fact that I will always be a student of painting. And even when I got something down, there's still a new way of looking at it. There we go. Perfect.
Okay, now, most fun of all, let's wash the brush. How did you know you wash the brush with this beat the devil. How many today? Let's get our little brush. Into some of the yellows. Yellow ochre.
Oh god, I just realized how nasty that looks.
A little bright red, minty yellow here. Let's just jump back and forth between all the yellows and bright red.
Oh, is this where he does the, make sure it's on the canvas.
A little bit of illusion crimson. Okay, let's go ahead up in here. Now we can come along in here and just begin picking out little individual things. Yeah, some little individual things.
Before he does that, I'm not happy with my sky. It all blends in. Not as perfect as Bob by any stretch. But it'll do. Damn it. Frickin' bristles, man. Get off my brush. There we go. Whoa. making sure this is on the canvas. Okay, this is where he gets into his barn. While he does that, I'm going to keep trying to shape up my wilderness. Because I'm not doing a barn. I'm going to do a creek. What can I say? I like water. Every now and then, this paint, no matter how thin you get it, will leave paint buggers.
Backside to the old rascal. We're just blocking in color here. Don't worry about it. I'm using that same brown that I made from the alizarin crimson and sap green. And here, we need a front on our barn. So we'll just drop it in. There. And the side. Maybe it's got a
so he doesn't get too ahead of me even with that. I don't even think he's made the big old tree yet. Did I miss that? He doesn't paint it. Yeah, he doesn't paint the big tree because it's already got a lot of gesso that just kind of blends it in. Well, I am. So, what the hell? Pause. You don't play yourself. Alright. What color do I make it is the question. Since his is red, mine will be red too. Usually he puts down black and then covers it, but honestly, whenever I do black, that's another pet peeve of mine with painting, because you tend to pick up the black and you're just making mud. You're just smashing mud with the color you're doing. And that drives me, that's my biggest pet peeve, is mixing, or not mixing, but making mud. And I'll probably do a before and after in post, showing you what my first painting of this episode looked like, and of course you'll see the finished product of this. kind of compare and contrast. Highlighting the branches a bit more. Not very much. I don't want you to see every single branch. That looks good. Okay. So while he's building a lovely little barn, almost forgot the word, because he's got the barn and then he's got some more shrubby business, I'm going to deviate a bit. And I'm probably going to regret it, because once I screw up, I'm probably going to be like, oh hell, Bob saved me. But I don't think I will. Have faith. We just have to figure out where we want our stream, waterfall, whatever it's going to be. So I'm going to take the itty bitty little fan brush, whatever number this is, I have no idea, really don't care. In fact, before I start, we're going to need some liquid white to get it flowing, so I'm going to put some liquid white, if I can clean my knife and not get it mixed up. We're going to need some liquid white on the palette, so we can mix that with our titanium white, and the white will just mix with the back. Usually you mix blue or something, get some watery color, but I'm not going to do that, just because even if you put blue, it'll mix with all the browns and reds and yellows, and you're not going to get blue. So I'm not going to worry about it. Where do we want it to flow from? Right there. I was going to choose there, but there's a tree. And that would be really weird for a tree to be producing water like that. It would just, no. Not normal. It's a lot easier when the freaking thing is covered in liquid white, because that's what you kind of the whole point of scary stories. You want a base coat so you can slide around, because right now there's just a bunch of acrylic and it doesn't make it easier. When there's liquid white, you just slide. Right now it's just acrylic and it's like sticky. So I'm kind of having to keep on. I have no idea which direction these are going to go. Let's just make it up as we go along, huh? Maybe put a rock there. Divides a little bit. Divides the... Oh, so pretty. And then I'm not trying to deviate from Bob, look all pretty and awesome and cool. I just don't like cabins. I mean, not that I don't like cabins, but I prefer water. And we're not going to paint the whole thing here. We're going to cheat. But we need to put some stuff down so we can do just that. Gonna clean my brush. The reason I scrape it so much is because sometimes the color gets stuck on there, and then as soon as you dip it into like a white, especially white, you're in agony city. Actually, is that the brush I want? Yeah, because the other one has a bunch of the color I just took off. Okay, now we're gonna make some stones. Stones, but these are gonna be easy. In fact, no. Well, yeah. Let me mix before I do that, because otherwise, damn it, I drop more things on this show than I do in my own real life. Okay. Let's see. Titanium white and midnight black. Don't just leave it marbledy. Don't overmix it. You overmix it, you're just gonna get gray. We don't want gray rocks. We just want, well, we just want rocks. So I'm gonna paint some in this. Actually, normally this isn't the brush you use. Don't pick up bad habits from me. Usually it's the filbert brush. I'm hoping that this is still on the canvas. Don't blur out on me. Usually, I mean, this is the brush you use. Because it just, otherwise with the frickin' script brush, you're just going to be painting over and over and over until you get the shape and everything. So not a great deal. Just some here and some there and some here and there and some here and there and here and there. Not a lot. else do I want? Let's do some wateriness. Some watery ripples. I think that's it, because after he's done, he just does a trail. And I just got kicked out of YouTube. Of course I did. Alright guys, I think that'll be it. Bob did a barn, and then he painted a brush and some trail. I'm not gonna, actually, you know what? I lied. I'm gonna do something else. I was gonna leave it as that, but where's the fun in that? It just seems a bit naked. Like it needs something else. So I'm gonna give it something else. If it doesn't flip back, oh yeah, it's loose right there. Don't fall out, please. Yeah, I was gonna do like a tree, but nah. Clean my brush real quick. My yellow's just not sticking the way I want it to. See, this is why I don't like doing black. A black base. Because whenever you add more color, it just disappears in that black base. It will dis-a-freaking-peer. Like it's a black hole. Just some little twiggy bits, and then we're done. Actually, yeah. I was gonna do like a fan brush and pull up and make it look grassy, but eh. Just do some little grassy looking things. Nothing super fancy, just gives the illusion that there's some grass. In fact, what I will do, you know what, we're going to keep going with this tree just for 1 minute. I have an idea. This was not my, actually I really didn't have a plan when I was doing this. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to do what Bob Ross does, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to do something a tad bit differently. Let's see if I can get away with it. Let's see if I can, so we're going to use liquid white with the color because we're going to want it to be on top of this other color. And I have no idea what color we're going to use. Let's use yellow. Just do some little twiggies. Nothing fancy, just something that brings it out. Because I mean, I liked the way it was, but it was just look, and then that was it. At least this gives you perspective, gives you depth, gives you something to look at for something. You know. There's way too much paint on this brush. Let's give it just some. I'm gonna give the tree just a little bit of highlight. Okay, that's more than a little bit, but same so. Let's darken that a bit. There we go. And put down the highlight. Alright guys, that'll do it. I'm going to sign it, and if you bared with me during these painful, however many minutes it's been. I do sincerely appreciate it. In fact, you know what? I'm going to add one more thing. I'm going to add just some specks. That makes no sense, but I'm going to add some rosies. Just some little rosy specks. You know, make it look like there's some roses, not a whole lot. It may just look like chicken pox. Who the hell knows? Who the hell cares? But it just looks kind of cool. Yeah. Okay. I'm done before I start building up. I don't know. What the hell is that? No idea how the hell that got on there. That's weird. It's like a black spot. Alright, it's gone. Alright guys, I want to thank you for joining me on the first episode of our November, not series, but of the November part of Haunted Holidays. Of course, the Thanksgiving part. So hopefully you stay with me through the rest of November, December. And if you enjoyed this, let me know. Hit me up on nicknoir.com, especially if you follow me and then you paint what I do at the same time or at a later date. I love to see your work. So hit me up at nicknoir.com. And this will also be available for purchase once it dries at nicknoir.com. I don't know what I'm going to name it, but you will find it there. Alright guys, thank you very much. And until next time, blessed be.